Owens, and I'm back with another episode of So What Success Stories. And that stories of people who have achieved success in spite of any challenges that they have faced in their lives. And today, I'm so excited. I am talking to, and I'm looking at her right now, and she knows this because I already told her, I still see her as the little freshman girl, and I was a big time sophomore, walking into the university center. And she started talking, and I said, that is not a little girl. That is a woman. She came with power. She came with force, and she got everybody's attention from the minute she stepped foot on campus. Aww. This is Vanessa Peterson. It was Vanessa Gray, because the name stuck in my mind forever. Vanessa Gray, who was this little girl that's a woman. But Vanessa Peterson, who I met, like I said, when she was a freshman and I was a sophomore at the University of Memphis. So another amazing alum from the University of Memphis, and she's representing right now. Check that out. Check that out. She is representing. But Vanessa is the Vice President of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility and HR. Yeah. Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Accessibility, and HR for NWEA. So big, long title. That means she wears a lot of hats and does a lot of work, and I'm not the least bit surprised. And I know she's amazing at it. So we're going to jump right into this. Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Summer. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for sharing your platform and just being able to talk about what has gotten me to this place and all of this, and just sharing your space with me today. I'm extremely excited.
My honor.
It is so phenomenal. It's good to see you. So right now I work for, as you said, I'm the VP of DEIA and HR for NWEA. We're based out of Portland, Oregon. I reside in Georgia with my husband. And the work that I do, NWEA is an assessment company and assessment technology-based organization. And we provide, if you're familiar with MAP or MAP growth, that's us. We're the MAP people. And the work that I lead is more internal. I do a little bit external work, but I do a lot of culture work at NWEA and making sure that we are representing our partners. We're delivering in such a space that allows us to continue to be innovative, to continue to be diverse, and continue to follow our mission, which is partnering to help all kids learn. So we're very serious about the all, and we know that it starts internally. So that's the work that I lead with a phenomenal team. So
I love it. And so you've been in that type of work for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what you've done before.
Yeah, so I've been in education now 20 plus years. I started out as a classroom teacher. Huge shout out the school district formerly known as Memphis City Schools, where I got my start.
Here. I didn't even know that.
Yes. I started out as a middle school teacher at the Corey Middle School. And it was an awesome experience. And from there, I was just blessed. God allowed me to grow and to develop and move in different spaces, and just continue to lead and work with kids in nonprofit, for-profit, in all different spaces. And I've just had the privilege of being with NWEA for 6 years. And I started out in program management and working with our partners externally, and just continuing to serve and to be working with amazing people. We have an amazing CEO and executive team, and just being able to just do this and do the work that we do in serving kids and educators from the very beginning. So it's been awesome to me.
That is awesome. It's so funny. I mean, I've been doing these interviews and talking to lots of different people, and it's so cool to see people from 20 plus years ago.
Right.
And I'm looking at you and I'm like, how you do all that? You still a little girl, even though I saw you as a woman when you walked up in campus.
Right. And it started at University of Memphis, tutoring and doing things, at University of Memphis, being a service-driven organization and what we do and giving back to our community at University. You know this, at University of Memphis. Yes. So tutoring and working and all of that. So that all counts in my leadership development and the work that I've done. Yeah.
I love it. Well, in this program, I have what's called the So What Success system. And that is learning how to overcome obstacles, eliminate excuses, and calculate choices. And that equals So What Success. And again, that's the success that you can achieve, anyone can achieve. They implement those things and they can be successful even when challenges come into their lives. or even if they're born into challenges, because we all deal with a lot.
Right.
And so, Vanessa, you have implemented the So What Success system because you are a successful woman. And I know life has not always been easy or perfect for you. So let me ask you a few questions so you can share how you have worked the system without even knowing it.
Right. Yes.
So first, talk about some obstacles that you've overcome, that you've had to overcome to be successful.
Right. So I'll start internally, right? So a lot of the obstacles were mental blocks that I put in my mind. As you've stated, being a Black woman, a young Black woman, there are things that you are taught, and there are things that you see and that you experience that put limitations on what you can do. Oh, you can't be a vice president. Oh, you can't do this. Looking at your story, you can't work and achieve and accomplish and have a family and do all of this. So a lot of it started internally, and it started with my faith, and it started with my family. And overcoming the obstacles of what society said I could and could not do was huge for me. Having gone to University of Memphis and seeing so many different things that I didn't even know was available for me. I didn't even know what is that? How is that? And not being afraid. So overcoming the obstacle of fear.
Yes.
Right? Fear of something that's new and different. I didn't see this. I didn't know what this was. And I remember my elders, my mom and my aunts teaching me, it doesn't matter what you see, it's a matter of what you believe and what you know about yourself and what you know about God and the God in you, and what you can accomplish. And so overcoming that fear was an obstacle. And then the obstacle of failure, right? And I have a mentor now who has taught me so much about, if you only fail when you don't learn, right? So it's only a loss and it's only a failure when you don't learn and you don't take that learning forward. So the obstacle of failure and being able to reposition failure as just a stepping stone was huge for me. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You know what I always say too? Some of my best friends are the people that I like the most are the people who have failed a lot.
Yes.
And that's because that means they tried a lot.
Tried a lot, yes, and learned a lot,
and
right?
Learned a lot.
Yes,
and learned a lot. Because I say the same thing too: is always look for the lesson. Always look for the lesson, and don't be afraid to fail. And I love it. Like I said, seriously, I say that all the time. If you failed a lot, you my kind of person.
Yes,
because that means you weren't afraid to try.
Right. Yeah.
That means you weren't afraid to try. Okay, the second component of the So What Success system is eliminating excuses. And so every day we can make an excuse for why we don't do something. Today I'm guilty. I made an excuse. I didn't go work out. I had a speaking engagement earlier this morning, and so I did not get up and work out. That was an excuse. That was an excuse I made. But every day we can make excuses that can lead us to or keep us from achieving the success that we want to achieve.
Right.
Talk about some of the excuses that you have made or that you had to eliminate so that you could be successful.
Right. So for my theory on excuses is not wanting to be held accountable. That's what it boils down. And that's for me. I'm a very direct person. I appreciate direct and critical feedback. And so for me, when I make an excuse, I go into it knowing I'm making an excuse. And my thing is be accountable for it. You're saying that you're not doing this for that reason, but you're not doing it because you choose not to do it. Right. So I choose not to work out. Okay, so let's not have the conversation in terms of whatever that means around your health, around your mental capacity, where you are. You're not happy, you're not excited, you don't have the energy levels. Let's not make an excuse, let's just own it. That's the lack of ownership and accountability with excuses. And so some of the ones that I have made, literally, same thing, not exercising, not working out, not doing what I need to do to take care of my body. I can say, yeah, I have 13, 14 meetings a day. So what? You had them yesterday. So what? So we're going to continue to do that. And that's how I talk to myself.
I love it.
About it. And I think excuses in leadership is unacceptable, right? Own it. Own the decision that you made, own the choice that you made, and own the consequences of that decision. The challenge is with leaders, when I make excuses, as a leader, I'm impacting others. What I do with my time, with my space, the way that I make decisions, the way that I flow, all of that starts to trickle down. It impacts my direct reports. It impacts my mentees, my proteges, my coachees, and all of those spaces. So then I become accountable not only for the excuses that I've made for me, but what I've caused in that ripple effect for others. And so excuses go way beyond what you say in that moment, especially as a leader, whether it's a chosen leader with a title or whether it's a leader out of responsibility and purpose, it still has an impact. And so I try to keep that big picture in my mind.
That's powerful, Vanessa. That is so, so powerful. And you spoke on choices. So I love it though. It's not an excuse, it's a choice.
It's
just own it. You made that choice. You made that choice. And I love it because it's so true. And but that takes us to the third component of the So What Success system, and that's choices. Calculating choices. So in your life, you've made choices.
Right.
Not excuses. You've made choices.
Some excuses. Let me clarify. I have made excuses. No. I knew I was making them.
I love it.
You knew that was an excuse, Vanessa. You knew that was an excuse, right?
Yeah. And I love how you talk to yourself, and I think that's wise. And recognizing that it is an excuse. Yes. And so yeah, I'm totally teasing you, but you've made some calculated choices. So even I didn't even realize you were with NWEA for 6 years. I thought you were still with Kaplan. So even making a choice to change companies. But you've changed careers too, from being a school teacher to going. What are some of the other choices, or even talk about a little bit more about those that you've had to calculate to get to the place where you are in your career and in your life?
Right. So a couple of calculated choices. I use kind of the obstacles as an opportunity. So like I took fear, and if it makes me afraid and it scares me, then I'm like, lean into that. And so I make a calculated choice about things that I fear. So I lived in Memphis all of my life. And then I was blessed, and God blessed me with an amazing husband who received an opportunity, and we relocated to Georgia.
That's how you got out of here, huh?
Right. My husband's job. Yes, my husband's job relocated us, and no fear. Okay, God, I trust you, and I'm going to lean into this, and we're going to take this leap of faith, and I'm going to trust my husband and all of this. And calculated choice. We took a look at what it was, what was I doing, where is it that I want to go. So it was a calculated choice that was a blessing. The other calculated choices that I make are about my finances and the way that I budget, and having line items that are specific for my professional and learning and development. I'm a lifelong learner, so I commit finances, and my husband commit finances to, we're going to spend this amount this year on learning and on growth. And this is what I do. So I don't wait on NWEA, or I didn't wait on Kaplan, or I don't wait on, to take this course or to get this certification. I actually do it myself. And so that way I'm on my own time. It's a calculated choice. So I might not be able to get that suit. I might not be able to get those shoes. I might not be able to do that, but I have my PMP. I was able to invest in myself in those different spaces. And I'm doing the same thing continuously. Calculated choices. How I choose to spend my finances, how we choose to invest, investing in Black-owned businesses. It's a calculated choice, because if I don't invest in young Black women who are candle businesses, right? So we have an amazing candle business that I found on Instagram, and now I only order from that business. It's a calculated choice to invest in those spaces. My hoodies that I wear, I do them on Instagram all the time. I'll give a shout out because I love hoodies, but they come from Black-owned businesses. And specifically, making those types of choices and not fearing, investing in young people, all colors, all ages, being mentors and coaching and having my life as an open book. All of those different types of conversations. Why did I choose University of Memphis? Let's talk about it. Why did I choose political science? Let's talk about it. Why am I in education? Let's talk about it, young people.
Yes.
Calculated choices, but it was also, Summer, it goes back to being influenced and allowing calculated choices about who I allowed to mentor me, who I wanted to serve. Yes, I want Summer Owens to be my mentor. Yes, I want Andrew Bailey to be my mentor. Yes, I want to work with these different, yes, I want Jennifer Littlejohn. Yes, I want Christina Faulkner. Yes, I want these people in my life to guide me. Yes, I want Venus Sanders, my sister. Yes, I want Tori Black as my mentor. Yes, I want these people because they are brilliant, and they're calculated choices along the way as to who I expose my life to and who I take wise counsel from in all of these different spaces is very, very important. All the way now, I have amazing mentors Tisha Wynn, all just these people who just pour into me constantly, just positive. Don't do this. You might want to consider this. Calculated choices. And then do I make an excuse after Summer has told me, Vanessa, I don't think that's a good choice? Do I make an excuse and say, well, I'm still going to do it? No, I made a conscious decision that wasn't the best.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you know what was so funny is I'm looking at you and listening to you, and I'm like, you were this wise back in 1998. I was like, yeah, no, she talked just like that then. I remember. I love it. And you know what else? We got to get you in a So What hoodie. We got to get you in a So What hoodie.
Yes, please.
We got
I love my hoodies, and it's a thing. Summer, I love a good hoodie and some leggings so I can move around and do a bunch of stuff in these different spaces. Yes, ma'am. I would love it.
I love it. I love it. Well, that was wisdom. You just dropped a lot of nuggets right there. You just dropped a whole lot of nuggets. And a lot of names, and I know a lot of those awesome people too. And it's just why I'm doing this, is because a lot of those people you just named, I have talked to or I will talk to. Because I'm like you, it's so much you can learn from those people and so many other amazing people when you are open to learning. And that's also who you've always been in my eyes too, Vanessa. Is somebody who wants, you said a lifelong learner. I've seen that in you, and we have not even been face to face in 20 plus years, but I've seen you on social media, mainly LinkedIn, and I know you are a constant learner, but you're also somebody who has always been a sponge. I remember seeing you as a student, and to me, you were always so wise, but I always saw you like this. Listening. I listened, and I loved it. And that's I know that's part of why you are where you are today, is because you've always been coachable. Even when somebody isn't trying to coach you, you want to learn. And I love it. I see it. Okay. So when you can learn to overcome obstacles, eliminate excuses, and calculate the choices in your life. And I really like how you broke down the different calculated choices that you made. When you can do those three things, I believe you can be successful no matter what challenges you face. Any challenges. And that's the So What success system. But how do you personally define success?
Oh, wow. How do I personally define success? I don't know that I have like just a definitive space that I say success, because to me, success does not have like a ceiling or a floor, right? Or walls. It's like boundless, right? It's undefined, and it's global, and it's what you make it and what you allow to be, right? One of the things I think that is also an obstacle, or it can be an excuse, is parameters and restrictions around it. What one person sees as a success, another person may see as a stepping stone. And I think it's very important that you understand, in a very authentic space, being human-centered, what is success for you? How do you understand and embrace your faith? How do you understand and embrace what you give back, the service that you contribute to the world, to the society, and to other people? That's all a part of success. So I love the fact that So What has a formula, because I think it takes all of those pieces to really understand what makes up each individual person. And that's what success, being holistic, being a human person who is centered in loving and inviting and engaging and learning and giving and serving, for me, is success. All of that is a part of it.
I love it. Yeah. So one last question. For somebody who wants to be successful, however they define it. But they're running into challenges. What advice would you give? Just broad. It could be a student. It could be a young professional like us. It could be somebody well in their career, like us too, I guess.
We're all encompassing. We have a lot of facets to us. Yes.
Oh, right. What advice, just general life advice, would you give?
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't let anyone stop you. If they look like you, sound like you, nothing like you, whatever. Don't stop. Don't be intimidated. Don't, even if you fear, I'm not going to tell anyone that you're not going to have fear. You are absolutely going to have fear. You are absolutely, sometimes you will have paralysis where you will pause. It's fine to pause. It's fine to slow down. It's fine to do all that, but don't stop. Don't ever stop. Don't stop learning. Don't stop loving. Don't stop laughing. Don't stop giving. Don't stop crying. Don't stop feeling. Don't stop all of that. Don't stop serving. Whatever it is that you're doing, and however you're moving, don't stop, because the moment that you stop, the moment everything hits you and you're taking in things that may not necessarily continue to push you, right? And so as long as you have that progress, as long as you have that momentum to keep going, to keep living in those different spaces, keep figuring it out, keep pushing the codes. Just like with, we have all these little systems where you have to enter it. We all have passwords for something. We try 16 times because we forget the password. Do we ever stop? If you have to get in your bank account that has $1 million, are you going to ever stop trying to figure out what that passcode is? If you're trying to get a degree and the first chairperson tells you no, the second chairperson tells you no, you're 6 years in, are you going to stop? It's all of that. Don't stop. Don't stop asking questions. If people make you feel bad about it, bullying is real. Bullying is real. People making you feel that you're inadequate, insufficient, inappropriate. Define your own appropriateness. Define your own level of sufficiency. Redefine it and keep going. Don't allow people to put you in a box. I don't care how old you are. 0 to 200. Keep going. That's it.
Keep going. Keep going. And on that note, that was beautiful, Vanessa. And I have interviews. It's so funny as you're saying that, I'm reflecting on probably one of the first interviews that I gave. I think it was Fox 13. And that was a soundbite that they played over and over. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Thank you, Vanessa. This was beautiful. Nice gems. Wonderful, wonderful gems. Wonderful gems. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your smile. And thank you for your wisdom that you've been sharing since you were a little girl.
Thank you, Summer. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you so much.
Okay, you too. Okay.